The Tulsa real estate market is split. While the media keeps talking about a housing crash, the reality is far more nuanced. Some segments of this market are sitting on more than 5 months of inventory, while others are sitting less than 2 months. This is not one market. This is two completely different markets, sometimes just within a few miles apart. That is completely different market inside of the same zip code potentially. Hi, I'm Jessica Ford, and I help buyers and sellers relocate to the Tulsa metro area every single day, including a lot of you watching from outside Oklahoma right now. Today, I'm breaking down exactly which home types are struggling in Tulsa and which ones are still flying off the market. These segments where buyers have real leverage and the segments where sellers are still holding all the cards. Before I get into it, I want to give you one number. Once you understand this number, everything else in this video is going to make complete sense. It's called months of inventory. Here's how it works. Take every home currently active on the market, divide it by how many homes are going under contract each month. That tells you how long it would take to sell through everything on the market if nothing new got listed. 3 months of supply or less, that's a seller's market. Around 6 months, that's considered balanced, sometimes leaning buyer. Above 6 months, buyers have the real leverage. And right now, the Tulsa metro area sits around 3 months of supply. On paper, that looks like a seller's market, but that single number is hiding a much bigger story because inside the metro-wide average, some segments are moving in under 3 weeks, while others are sitting a better part of the year. Now let's start where these slowdowns are most visible. Single-family homes around $250,000 to $400,000 that need updating. Here's why this segment is under pressure. A buyer in that budget in the area can buy a dated resale home and plan to update it themselves, or in faster growing areas, a lot of buyers take that. So if you're selling a dated resale home in this range, your pricing has to be honest and your representation must be sharp. Not competing against a resale home down the street, you're competing against a builder who can offer a rate buy down or free upgrades. And if you're a buyer in this segment, this is one of the most negotiable corners in the Tulsa metro right now. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges facing sellers in today's market. Existing homes that are competing directly with brand new construction. Across Bixby, Broken Arrow, Owasso, or Jinx, and parts of South Tulsa, buyers often have two choices. They can purchase an existing home or a brand new construction just a few streets away. And here's where it gets interesting. Builders aren't just selling a house anymore. They're selling the financing. They're offering interest rate buy downs, closing cost assistance, appliance packages, fencing, blinds, and dollars of incentives. That means resale homes have to compete on location, price, financing, and buyers are comparing absolutely everything. If your home isn't positioned correctly, they will simply go down the street to the builder. The next one surprised me when I really started tracking it because it has nothing to do with location or price. It's entirely about condition. Move-in ready homes in Tulsa are going pending fast, often inside of 3 weeks, and homes that need a lot of work. Buyers aren't looking for projects. A lot of them are working long hours. A lot of them are relocating from out of state and want to be settled. They don't want to be renovating. And the second that they see outdated counters, old carpets, or a bathroom that hasn't been touched in 20 years, they start to do the math on how much that's going to cost them to renovate. And so they offer less, or they move across to the next listing that is completely move-in ready, where they can drop their boxes and start their life. So if your house does need renovations, it needs to look clean, fresh, and ready to move in. Now, every buyer and seller situation is different, and if you're relocating to Tulsa from out of state, this market does have a lot of nuance to it. We put together a free Tulsa relocation guide, and it's linked in the description below. And if you're serious about making a move, hop onto our calendar. That link is also below. We get Zoom calls with clients every week and help them map out a plan. Now let's jump into the top of the market. Homes priced above $600,000 in Tulsa. This is where Tulsa's luxury segment really begins. And here's what makes Tulsa different from a lot of the other metros. $600,000 would barely get you a starter home in cities like Scottsdale, Nashville, or Austin. Here, it gets you genuine luxury. But that doesn't mean this segment moves fast. It's smaller and it moves slower because the buyer pool is thinner and more specific. Now, if you're selling above $600,000, staging matters, pricing matters, and you need a market plan that is built for that buyer, not a generic listing. If you're buying in this range, you have real room to negotiate right now. Another area that we're seeing real challenges is between the price point of $800,000 in a lot of areas of town, between $800,000 and $900,000 specifically. We're sitting on close to 6 months of inventory at the time of this video. And the average home value that exceeds $1 million in most cases at that particular price point is moving a lot slower than even $1 million. Why? Well, two things, and they kind of compound each other. First, the jumbo financing territory sort of starts in that realm, and in the conventional conforming loan limits considered jumbo loans, at today's rates, a lot of buyers who would comfortably finance $1 million 2 years ago are a little bit more hesitant to pull the trigger at that same payment. Now, second, and this one is no one talking about, expectations rise significantly in this price point. A buyer who's writing a check for $800,000 house has a lot of expectations. Now, for homes in the 1.5 million and above, inventory in the Tulsa metro has surged 12% year over year in this bracket, and they have more choices than they have in years. If you ask me what single most requested home type in real estate right now across every age group, every relocation story, it is the almighty single level home. One level homes continue to be one of the most requested property types in the Tulsa metro. So whether they're in an established neighborhood, a newer community, when they're priced correctly and in good condition, they tend to attract that strong buyer interest. And when a good one comes on the market, they move fast. So what is driving this demand? It's retirees that don't want stairs. It's the out-of-state buyers that are used to single-level living, or buyers with mobility needs, even younger buyers who want a primary suite, office, and their spare bedrooms all on a single floor. So that buyer pool is competing for that underserved slice of the inventory. And if you own a solid one-story home, you're sitting on one of the most in-demand property types right now. Now let's talk about a slice of Tulsa that plays by its own rules, and it has for decades. That is the historic neighborhoods, places like Swan Lake Terrace, Utica Square, and the tree-lined streets around Cherry Street and Brookside. Buyers come after these homes hard. because they're walkable to coffee shops, restaurants, they can grab a patio, they're full of character, and this is the Tulsa dream that a huge segment of the buyers are looking for. So if you own a home in one of these neighborhoods, you have leverage. Lean into that character. Do not over renovate it to something generic. And if you're a buyer chasing one of these homes, be ready to move quickly and be ready to compete for the right one. Here is a local fact that a lot of outsiders miss. Tulsa has been quietly pulling in remote and relocating buyers for years. Tulsa Remote has welcomed more than 4,000 remote workers since its launch, and the program has been linked to more than $622 million in economic impact. That has created jobs, taxes, and has a lot of people wanting to move in, drawing higher intent buyers. And that's part of the story. This does not mean that every neighborhood is booming in the same way. It means Tulsa is real ongoing inflow of buyers that are comparing their lifestyle, affordability, and value on a national level. So what should buyers do right now? If you're shopping in Jinx or Owasso, move fast on the best properties because supply still runs relatively low. If you're shopping in Bixby or Coweta, use the broader selection to negotiate more deliberately, especially on builder inventory or homes that have lingered on the market for a while. If you're shopping in Midtown, understand that condition, design quality, and street location can matter more than the broad neighborhood average. For sellers, the advice is simple. In higher price point Tulsa market, buyers are still paying for the right house, but they will punish overpricing faster than they ever have before. In Bixby, Jinx, and Owasso, the list to sale ratio is 98%, and that means strategy matters. So the buyer takeaway, ask yourself, which submarket am I going to get the best value? And the seller takeaway, price it right. If you want my Tulsa relocation guide, the link is in the description below. If you want to research homes, you can check that out on my website. You can hop onto my calendar if you're ready to talk about making a move. I'm Jessica Ford with Chenoweth & Cohen. I would love to help you make a smooth move to Tulsa, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or schedule a Zoom. Also, if this video helped you, type Tulsa in the comments below so I know to keep making more neighborhood breakdowns just like this one. And I will see you on the next one.